Hello. Welcome to TCFL Central. This is Gary, and we'll be, let's see, this is episode 3 of the TCFL 2025 regular season. And you can see the standings, upcoming games, recent games played, and the leaders in quite a few of the categories: passing, rushing, receiving, and so forth. So this week we'll be on week 3 upcoming games, which is listed here. So let's go ahead and get this show underway. Okay, week 3 we'll have 4 games as usual. The Woodland Hazzard County is the one that we'll be highlighting for the game of the week. So let's go ahead and autoplay the Green at Detroit, Cleveland at Auburndale, Transylvania, Putnam County. So, okay, Green at Detroit. Green 0-2, Detroit 1-1. Detroit is favored by 12. Let's go ahead and autoplay it. And again, I'm not sure why in the world this screen pops up on the first autoplay, but it always does. And then we get our score, and looks like Detroit defeats Green 30-16. Here's our stats. And you can see Detroit got off to a good start. Halftime, they already had 24. They were leading 24-10 at halftime. See the scoring drives. There's all the other drives. Team stats. Detroit overwhelming in the first downs. 200 yards passing. That offense not quite 400. Green only able to manage 247. Green got sacked 4 times. Penalties close to even. Time of possession, you can see Detroit pretty much dominated that. So let's go down, and a couple Green injuries, out for a few. There was a couple players that were not able to suit up today. And here's the player, Richardson, in his third start with Detroit. Had a pretty good game, 3 touchdowns, real good there, 1 interception, 88 rating. Mahomes, not so good. No interceptions, only 1 touchdown. Got sacked 4 times. That's maybe unusual for Mahomes. Only had a 67 rating, 65 rating, but look down here. Mahomes was the leading rusher for Green with 52 yards. Normally that's not good. But then again, Richardson on the other side, he had 57 yards and led Detroit in rushing. So that's a pretty interesting oddity. Reception, Kittle had 162 yards for Detroit and 9 receptions. Had a 51 and a long. And see, touchdowns were spread out among 3 receivers. Fumbles, kick returns, punt returns, kicker punting, and defense. There's your play-by-play, and that's going to wrap up week 3 at the first week 3 game at Detroit. Detroit 30, Green 16. Remember, since video, you can always pause it if you want to take a look at any particular thing that we're covering fairly quickly. Okay, let's move over to game 2. That's Cleveland at Auburndale. Cleveland's favored by 6. Autoplay it, and the final is Armadale upsets Cleveland 27-9. They are now tied for first place in the East. Putnam County is coming up with their game. They could end up being 3-1 also. Take a quick look at the box score. Armadale got out to a quick start, had 14-0 lead. Midway through the second, Cleveland got on the board with a field goal, and Armadale field goal 2 at the end of the half, and then no scoring in the third. Armadale picked up another touchdown and field goal in the fourth, and Cleveland ended scoring with a Burrow touchdown of Lazard. Drive stuff. Every once in a while, we're gonna have to get a hold of Action PC and see why they don't have all the possessions through the game. Ended up cutting this off at like close to halftime. Okay, Armadale. Wow, Armadale's rushing attack and finally gotten itself underway after a couple seasons of trying to figure out how to get a rushing game going. With 140 yards, Cleveland outpassed Armadale 197 to 159. Wow, Armadale had 10 penalties. We're going to have to do something about that. The demise of Cleveland there, right there, 3 turnovers. And there's a few injuries. Oh, look at this. I never noticed an ejection. Sweet got it. Ejected for Cleveland. Looks like in the first quarter. Armadale had quite a few guys out, even both Tupper, Reddick. Here's a player stats. Burrow had 197 yards to 3 interceptions. Look at that terrible rating. I think that's Burrow's worst game of the year, obviously, since they lost their first game. Harmer just had a good game, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns. Williams rushed for 65 for Armadale, and Jacob 64 for Cleveland. Receiving stats, nothing that jumps out here other than Houghton with 2 touchdown receptions. And you go through all the rest of the stats, and there's our play-by-play. Okay, I think that's going to be it for game 2 here at week 3. Let's head over to game 3. That Transylvania Putnam County. Putnam County's favored by 6. Transylvania is looking for their first win. Putnam County's 1-1. Okay, we'll go ahead and autoplay it. And we have a Putnam County win. Squeaks won by Transylvania 33-31. That puts us with a 3-way tie here in the PC East, Action PC Conference. Armadale, Putnam County, Cleveland, all 2-1. This could happen on the central side too, in the action of the PT Conference. If Hazzard County happens, there'll be a 3-way tie there too. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the box score of the Transylvania Putnam County game. They have, let's see, Putnam County, Transylvania led 31-27, 31-30 with 1 minute left. Putnam County took the lead 33-31. 2 field goals late in the game after Transylvania had taken the lead. Again, there seems to be some problem there. We didn't get all the drives. Putnam County and Transylvania first down, pretty close. Neither rushed very much, but Transylvania did throw 319 yards. Putnam County 245. Sack minimum. Look at those penalties on Transylvania. 12. Injuries. Player stats. Take a look here. Cousins threw for over 300 yards for Transylvania. But he had 2 interceptions with his 3 touchdowns. Rating 80. So now has a rating of 119. Didn't throw as many yards, but look at this. No interceptions and 4 touchdowns. Rushing wise, not much there. Here to the receivers, we have Allen with 2 touchdown receptions. And look at all Transylvania, 2 receivers with over 100 yards, both had a touchdown, 9 receptions from the quarterback, and Smith with 8. Couple fumbles there by Cousins. Mimi had a fumble there for Putnam County. Okay, specials, that seems to be about it. We'll go a quick look here through the play-by-play. Interesting, the play-by-play usually has everything that happened. I'm not sure why those drive summaries are always seem to be off with the new release of the game. Okay, so that's it from Putnam County. They defeat Transylvania in a close one, 33-31. Head over to Hazzard County and we'll be playing this as the game of the week. Woodland 2-0, favored by 13 over Hazzard County at 1-1. Okay, we got the computer, regular. Okay, looks like we're ready to get started here. Let's set the lineups for Hazzard and Woodland. Okay, let's go ahead and get this kickoff started. We'll let your play-by-play announcer announce the game, and we'll be back after the game.
Welcome to LP Field. Woodland against Hazzard County. Ryland boots it. "34-yard return. Shotgun formation. Lamb is doubled at the line. Connor with the handoff. Lots of daylight. Dropped by McKinney at the 49. A gain of 18. Penalty on the play.
Offense, number 66, 10-yard penalty.
Shotgun formation. May sets up in the pocket. Long in. Trips left. May back to pass. Throws to Croft's back shoulder. Third and 20. May drops back to pass. May is running. Plenty of room to run. Slides down at the 35. 42 yards. Ogunjobi was hurt on the play. Ogunjobi to the sideline. His return is questionable. First and 10 at the 35. May calls out the signals. May hands to Connor. Dropped by Shepard at the 28. A gain of 7. May hands to Connor. Tackled by Queen at the 21. First down. A gain of 7. First and 10. May gives to Barkley. Spun down by Shepard at the 17. A gain of 4. Second and 6. May fades back to pass. Short curl to Connor. Queen with the tackle. A gain of 6. First down. May sets up in the pocket. May throws to Connor. Connor has an opening. Touchdown Cougars. Base will try the point after. He made it. Hazzard County 7 Woodland 0. Here's the kick from base. Touchback. First and 10 at the 25. Love gives to Ford. Tackled by Clowney at the 26. 1 yard gain. Love in the shotgun. He fades back to pass. Medium slant.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 1. Automatic. First down.
First and 10 from the 40. Love sets to throw. Medium hitch. But neighbors hung on. A gain of 14. First and 10 from the 46. Hazzard County showing blitz. Love hands to Ford. Spun down by Reeder at the 46. No gain. Reeder was shaken up on the play injury. Reeder to the sideline. Out for the game. Love calls out the signals. Reverse to Nakua. Tackled by Onyemata at the 44. 2 yards. Onyemata was injured on the play. Onyemata to the sideline. His return is doubtful. Woodland breaks the huddle. 3rd and 8. Love drops back to pass. Medium slant to neighbors. Return of 46 yards. First and 10 from the 20. May hands to Connor. Grabbed by Queen. No gain. And around to Lamb. Savage with the stop at the 5. First down. 15 yards. First and goal from the 5. Lamb is doubled at the line. May at the line. Takes a short drop. Short out to Lamb. He's got it. Touchdown Cougars. Base will try the point after. Good. Hazzard County 14 Woodland 0. Base with the kick. Nine-yard return. The hand off to Dobbins. Tackled by Cashman at the 13. A gain of 3. Second and 7 at the 13. Love in the shotgun. Love calling signals. Drops back to pass. Short sideline pass to Diggs. Slay pushed him out. First down. A gain of 9. Penalty flag.
Holding, offense. Number 50.
Love calls the signals. Sets to throw. Medium cross. Nailed by Gardner. A gain of 12. Third and 2 from the 18. Love pitches left to Ford. Hammered by Smith at the 14. Loss of 4. Gillen back in punt formation. Return of 2. Punt of 49. First and 10 at the 39. I formation. May back to pass. Medium crossing pass to Lamb. Tackled by McCollum. First down. A gain of 13. May sets up in the pocket. Medium outside pass. Pushed out by Savage at about the 15. A gain of 33. Shotgun. May fades back to pass. Throws to Lamb's back shoulder. May calling signals. Fades back to pass. Medium slant to Lamb. Third and 10. May calls out the signals. He fades back to pass. Short out to Kraft. 33-yard kick for base. Good snap from McGovern. The snap from McGovern. It's good. Hazzard County 17 Woodland 0. I formation. Love fades back to pass. Screen to Ford. Second and 10 from the 25. Shotgun. Love sets up in the pocket. He throws underneath to Ertz. Slay on the stop at the 31. A gain of 6 on the play. Third and 4 from the 31. Ford on the draw. Smith with the tackle at the 31. No yardage. Penalty on the play.
Illegal chop block. Offense, number 72, 15-yard penalty.
Gillen back in punt formation. He makes the catch at the 29. 40-yard punt. First and 10. May at the line. Hand off to Connor. Tackled by Hamilton at the 29. No gain. Second and 10 from the 29. May with a short drop. Short curl to Judy. Tackled by Jackson. A gain of 7. Third and 3 from the 36. Shotgun formation. May drops back to pass. Short curl to Kraft. Whipped down by McKinney. A gain of 8. First and 10. I formation. The hand off to Barkley. Juden with the tackle at the 47. A gain of 3. Second and 7 from the 47. May hands to Connor. Savage brings him down at the 49. 2 yards. Savage was injured on the play. Savage is slow getting up. He won't return. Third and 5. May fades back to pass. He throws underneath to Lamb. Brought down by McCollum. A gain of 2. Areza deep in punt formation. Downs waiting inside his own 10. "13-yard return. Punt of 42 yards.
Holding, receiving team.
Love with a short drop. Pass in the flat to Ford. Love in the shotgun. Fades back to pass. Long slant. Gardner with the stop. A gain of 26. First and 10 from the 29. Nakua is doubled at the line. Give to Ford. Pulled to the turf by Apinasa at the 33. A gain of 4. Love at the line. Back to pass. Short into Diggs. 3rd and 6 from the 33. Love calling an audible. Fades back to pass. Short hitch to Ford. Gillen back in punt formation. He makes the catch at the 17. 50-yard punt. Doubling Kraft at the line. Connor with the handoff. Hamilton with the tackle at the 19. A gain of 2. Barkley with the handoff. No gain. 3rd and 8. Shotgun. May sets up in the pocket. Short hitch. Tackled by McKinney. A gain of 8. First down. Connor with the handoff. Connor with daylight. Queen brings him down at the 42. Got the first down. 15-yard gain. 1st and 10. May back to pass. Medium cross to Judy. Tackled by Jackson. Move the chains. A gain of 13. May fades back to pass. He checks down to Barkley. Juden with the tackle at the 35. A gain of 10. First down. 1st and 10 at the 35. May fades back to pass. Long fly to Kraft. 2nd and 10 at the 35. Pitch right to Barkley. Barkley gets to the second level. Barkley is tackled by Juden at the 22. First down. 13-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 22. May pitches left to Barkley. Lots of daylight. Queen spins him down at the 3. 19 yards. May shovels it to Connor. Base will try the point after. Good. Hazzard County 24 Woodland 0. Base to kick off. Return of 32. 1st and 10 from the 37. Shotgun formation. Love fades back to pass. Sacked by Benito. Loss of 6. Love changing the play. Drops back to pass. Short slant to Diggs. 3rd and 16 at the 31. Dobbins split out wide. Love sets up in the pocket. Long fly to Neighbors. Flag on the play.
Holding. Offense. Number 72, 10-yard penalty.
Gillen back in punt formation. (11-yard return). 27-yard punt. May calling signals. Drops back to pass. Screen to Connor. Queen tackles him by the ankle at the 47. No gain. May with a 7-step drop. Long slant. He'll go all the way. Touchdown Judy. 4 catches, 100 yards for him. Base will try the point after. It's good. Hazzard County 31 Woodland 0. Here's the kick from base. Return of 28 yards. Love from the shotgun. Some movement up front. Possible free play for Love. He fades back to pass. Love passes to Neighbors. 2nd and 10. Hand off to Ford. Tripped up by Pennell at the 31. A gain of 1. 3rd and 9 upcoming for Woodland. 3rd and 9 from the 31. Dobbins split out wide. Love fades back to pass. He checks down to Ertz. Tackled by Hooker at the 40. 9 yards. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40. Woodland hustling to the line. Love drops back to pass. Short hitch to Ertz. Tackled by Jones at the 48. 1st down. A gain of 12. Love calling signals. Dobbins with the handoff. Oluwakan brings him down at the 45. 3 yards. Woodland hustling to the line. Love gives to Ford. Epinesa with the tackle at the 42. A gain of 3. Third and 4 from the 42. Nakua is doubled at the line. Love yelling out the signals. Love fades back to pass. Short out. He stepped out of bounds. A gain of 4. Close to the 1st down marker. Here come the sticks. They got it. Love fades back to pass. Love throws underneath to Neighbors. Tackled by Gardner. A gain of 4. 2-minute warning. 2nd and 6 from the 34. Love fades back to pass. Medium out.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 1. Automatic. First down.
Love fades back to pass. Short out to Neighbors. Angled out by Gardner. 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Love sets up in the pocket. Medium out to Neighbors. 3rd and 6. Love fades back to pass. Medium out to Nakua. Stepped out at the 9. A gain of 13. 1st and goal from the 9. Love calling signals. He fades back to pass. Medium outside pass. 2nd and goal from the 9. Love drops back to pass. Short outside pass to Ertz. Third and goal at the 9. Love back to pass. He throws to Dobbins. He stepped out of bounds. A gain of 5. 22-yard try for Ryland. Wattenberg with the snap. It's good. Hazzard County 31, Woodland 3. Ryland to kick off. Return of 32. From the shotgun. May is back to pass. Medium sideline pass. Steps out at the 35. A gain of 5. 5 catches, 105 yards for him. 2nd and 5 from the 35. 1 o'clock to go in the second. Hand off to Barkley. Tackled by Hamilton at the 43. First down. A gain of 8. Cooters by 28. May drops back to pass. Back shoulder throw to Lamb. McCollum brings him down. A gain of 14. May is now 15 of 21 for 182 yards. Woodland jumped. Possible free play for May. He fades back to pass. Long outside pass. May sets to throw. Screen. McCollum missed a tackle. Touchdown Connor. Base will try the point after. It's good. Hazzard County 38, Woodland 3. Here's the kick from base. "39-yard return. First and 10 from the 45. Shotgun formation. Love back to pass. Screen to Ford. Stepped out at the 43. First down. A gain of 12. Love threw for 352 last game 29/43, 3 TD. First and 10 at the 43. Love back to pass. He dumps it to Neighbors. Gardner hits him out. A gain of 3. 58-yard kick for Ryland. Wattenberg with the snap. He smoked it. Hazzard County 38, Woodland 6. Here's the kick from Ryland. Squib kick. Return of 8 yards. Base boots it. Return of 11 yards. Penalty flag.
False start. Offense, number 51, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Shotgun. Love making changes at the line. He fades back to pass. Short slant. Flag on the play.
Offsides. Defense, number 69, 5-yard penalty.
Woodland trailing by 32. I formation. End around. Tackled by Pennell at the 15. No yardage. Penalty on the play.
False start. Offense, number 1, 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Love calls the signals. Sets to throw. Short sideline pass. He stepped out of bounds. Pickup of 8. 3rd and 7 at the 18. Love back to pass. Short hitch to Diggs. Spun down by Slay. First down. A gain of 8. First and 10 from the 26. Love fades back to pass. False. Has an opening. Pulled down by Cashman at the 40. First down. A gain of 14. First and 10 at the 40. Love sets up in the pocket. Love throws underneath to Ford. Woodland trailing by 32. Love drops back to pass. Medium out to Nakua. Tackled by Certain 2. First down. A gain of 14. First and 10 at the 46. Love barks out the signals. Love back to pass. Benito is celebrating. Loss of 5. Second sack today for Benito. Love calling signals. Love drops back to pass. Medium cross. Gardner with the stop. A gain of 16. Love changing the play. Doubling Nakua at the line. Love with the give to Dobbins. Hooker gets the stop at the 32. A gain of 3. Second and 7 at the 32. 10 play 58-yard drive. 6:02 off the clock. Love drops back to pass. Medium crossing pass to Neighbors. Gardner with the tackle. First down. A gain of 13. Penalty on the play.
False start. Offense, number 1, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Love calling signals. Current drive, 11 plays, 66 yards. 6:44 off the clock. Time consuming drive. Love sets up in the pocket. Medium fly to Neighbors. Love drops back to pass. Sacked by Pennell. Loss of 6. 3rd and 21 upcoming for Woodland. 3rd and 21. Love back to pass. Medium hitch.
Pass interference. Defense, number 1. Automatic, first down.
Woodland trailing by 32. Love barks out the signals. Back to pass. Medium hitch. But Neighbors held on. A gain of 10. Close to the first down marker. Here come the sticks. First down. 9 catches, 102 yards for him. Nakua is doubled at the line. Love fades back to pass. Medium crossing pattern to Neighbors. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown Malik Neighbors. 10 catches, 110 yards for him. Ryland will try the point after. It's good. Hazzard County 38, Woodland 13. Ryland to kick off. "40-yard return.
Holding, receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
Hazzard County breaks the huddle. May fades back to pass. May dumps it to Connor. May drops deep in the pocket. Long hitch to Judy. 3rd and 10. May from the shotgun. Fades back to pass. Screen. Areza back in punt formation. Return of 11. 47-yard punt. First and 10 from the 48. Shotgun. Love is back to pass. Long cross to Neighbors. Return of 2 yards. Interception number 2 for certain 2. Flag on the field.
Offsides. Defense. Number 95, 5-yard penalty.
Love barks out the signals. Love takes a deep drop. Screen to Dobbins. Whipped down by Hooker at the 40. A gain of 7. Diggs looks to have been hurt on the play. Diggs to the sideline. Out for the game, could be serious. Neighbors is doubled at the line. Love takes a deep drop. Screen to Dobbins. Jones finally brings him down at the 25. A gain of 15. Cashman was shaken up on the play. Cashman to the sideline. Out for the game. Love hands to Ford. Running room. Jones tackles him by the ankle at the 13. First down. A gain of 12. Dobbins with the handoff. Tripped up by Robinson at the 4. A gain of 9. Love sets up in the pocket. Love throws to Nakua. Woodland trailing by 25. 3rd and 1 from the 4. Love barks out the signals. Love drops back to pass. He throws to Dobbins. Return of 8 yards. From the eye. Quick pitch to Connor. Shepard brings him down at the 8. A gain of 1. I formation. Slow down offense. The handoff to Connor. Tackled by Jenkins at the 13. A gain of 5. 3rd and 4 from the 13. Slow down. Shotgun formation. Pitch right to Barkley. Gary spins him down at the 17. 4 yards. Near the first down. Here come the sticks. First down. Hazzard County taking their time. May pitches left to Connor. Tackled by Queen at the 19. A gain of 2 on the play. Hazzard County in no hurry. May glides back to pass. Screen to Connor. Tackled by Juden at the 30. First down. A gain of 11. From the eye. Give to Connor. Tackled by Shepard at the 32. A gain of 2. May taking his time. He fades back to pass. Medium slant to Lamb. Across the 10. Touchdown Lamb. 5 catches, 102 yards for him. Ogunjobi has been ruled out for the game. Base will try the point after. Good. Hazzard County 45 Woodland 13. First and 10 at the 25. Shotgun. Love fades back to pass. Short slant to Neighbors. Tackled by Gardner at the 40. A gain of 15. 11 catches, 125 yards for him. Injured player on the field. It's Smith from Hazzard County injury. Smith to the sideline. Out for the game. Love drops back to pass. Short curl to Johnson. Second and 10 from the 40. Love drops back to pass. Medium crossing pattern to Downs. Third and 10 from the 40. Love fades back to pass. Love throws to Downs. Downs is brought down by Slay. A gain of 5. Gillen from punt formation. Davis waiting inside his own 10. Return of 3 yards. Punt of 45. May pitches left to Barkley. No gain. Becton was hurt on the play. Becton to the sideline. He won't return. Second and 10 from the 13. May hands to Barkley. Tackled by Hamilton at the 17. A gain of 4 on the play. Hazzard County by 32. Third and 6. Hazzard County working slowly. Barkley takes the handoff. Queen brings him down at the 19. A gain of 2. Areza deep in punt formation. Nine-yard return. Punt of 50 yards.
Offsides. Offense, 5-yard penalty.
Flag on the play.
False start. Offense, number 71, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Woodland trailing by 32. Love from the shotgun. Hazzard County jumped. Possible free play for Love. He fades back to pass. Short cross. Brought down by Slay. 7 yards. Dobbins with the handoff. Jones tackles him at the 41. Loss of 1. 3rd and 9 upcoming for Woodland. 3rd and 9 from the 41. Love calls the signals. Fades back to pass. Medium sideline pass to Johnson. Gillen back in punt formation. Touchdown. Base will try the point after. Good. Hazzard County 52 Woodland 13. Base with the kick. Return of 23 yards. Love from the shotgun. Sets to throw. Medium hitch. Tackled by Hooker. A gain of 16. Love drops back to pass. Loss of 5. Dobbins in the slot. Love on the draw. Tackled by Epinesa at the 30. Loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and 17 for Woodland. 3rd and 17 at the 30. Dobbins with the handoff. Pushed out by Wallace at about the 36. A gain of 6. Gillen will punt it away. Return of 13. Punt of 42 yards.
Illegal block. Receiving team.
From the Minshew hands to Allgaier. Tackled by Walker at the 14. A gain of 3. Flag on the field.
Holding offense. Number 85.
First and 16 from the 5. 6:22 left in the 4th. Minshew with a quick drop. Short curl to Okonkwo. McKinney with the tackle. A gain of 6. I formation. Slow down offense. Minshew barks out the signals. Drops back to pass. Shepard sacks him. Loss of 6. 3rd and 16 at the 5. Hazzard County taking their time. Minshew gives to Connor. Jenkins brings him down at the 9. A gain of 4. Areza back in punt formation. Standing in the end zone. He makes the catch at the 35. Punt of 56 yards. First and 10 from the 35. Love from the shotgun. He fades back to pass. Long out to Johnson. Woodland trailing by 39. Someone jumped. Possible free play for Love. He fades back to pass. Long slant. 3rd and 10. Dobbins split outside. Love going through the signals now. Drops back to pass. Medium slant to Nakua. Abikti spins him down at the 40. A gain of 25. Woodland trailing by 39. Love drops back to pass. Long sideline pass to Johnson. Stepped out at the 16. A gain of 24. Clowney looks to have been hurt on the play. Clowney is slow getting up. Out for the game. Love drops back to pass. Short cross to Johnson. Woodland down 39. 2nd and 10. Love sets to throw. Medium fly to Neighbors. Woodland trailing by 39. 3rd and 10. Dobbins split wide. Love tucks it under. Tackled by Harris at the 10. A gain of 6. 4th and 4 from the 10. Love fades back to pass. Short out to Downs. Hazzard County by 39. Allgaier with the handoff. Tackled by Shepard at the 12. A gain of 2. Second and 8 from the 12. Minshew with the give to Connor. Tackled by Hall at the 13. A gain of 1. 3rd and 7 from the 13. Hazzard County working slowly. Allgaier with the handoff. Tackled by McCollum at the 15. A gain of 2. Areza from punt formation. Return of 2. Punt of 56 yards. Shotgun formation. Love fades back to pass. Long sideline pass. Woodland down 39. Love fades back to pass. Long out pass to Johnson. Woodland down 39. 3rd and 10 from the 31. 0:40 left in the 4th. Love to throw. Long slant. Gillen deep in punt formation. It rolls out of bounds at the 25. Punt of 44. May will go to a knee.
Okay, well that's it from Hazzard County. And Hazzard County wins 50-13. And take a look at some stats. You see Hazzard County had a huge lead by halftime. It was 38-6. And then they kind of coasted the rest of the way. Hey, Woodland, even though they only scored 13 points, managed over 350 yards total offense. Look at Hazzard County rushing 168. Both teams passed for 300. Like there was a few injuries here from Hazzard County. Probably just some injuries or the secondary people that are just out for the rest of the game. There you go, Love pass for 315 for Woodland. 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. They had 304 yards. Noah Bill had 5 touchdowns. Take a look at the touchdowns here. On the receiving side, and Lamb and Fowler both had 2. Rushing, not much here. Barkley led all players with 57 yards rushing. There's your other stats, and go through the play-by-play and wrap this game up, and then wrap up week 3. Okay, that's that. Go back to the leaders now. You see just what we thought might happen. Both of the PC conference have leaders. Leaders are 2-1. The Vampires and Giants have not won a game yet after 3 weeks. One thing to note that week 4 is a bye week, so we will not be having a video next week. So our episode 4 will actually cover the week 5 games. Take a look here at the statistic. Look at Herbert's back on top with 100 rating. Jacobs from Cleveland's at 239 rushing. Receiving Carmen from Putnam County with 23 receptions. And you can see, whoa, Jennings, Armandale 300 yards, receiving yards. That's interesting. Interceptions, Murphy still has the lead now 4. And let's see, offense, Putnam County Woodland are top. Defense, we got Hazzard County and then Detroit. And then power rating, even though Almondale isn't in the top 3, they are 4th in both offense defense. So 1 in the power ratings. Cool Dreadnoughts. That's the team that I coach and such. Okay, so I think that's gonna be about it. As the guys from the link know, that we'll send out stats and box scores for all the games from week 3 tomorrow. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. This is Gary, TCFL Central. Remember, week 4 is a bye week. We'll be back in 2 weeks with week 5 games. So it's Gary signing off. Enjoy the rest of your evening.